JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. Man stabbed to death in St. Catherine. The police in Riversdale, St. Catherine, are searching for the person or persons responsible for the stabbing death of a 25-year-old man early Saturday morning. The deceased has been identified as Kevin Robinson, a laborer of Williams Hill District in Riversdale. Robinson was reportedly attacked and stabbed in his community at about 1 a.m. The police were summoned and he was assisted to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Spanish Town Mason charged after alleged gun attack on neighbor. A 47-year-old Mason from Spanish Town in St. Catherine has been charged with multiple firearm-related offenses following a shooting incident in his community on July 18. Dave Tapper, otherwise called Mark, of South Monticello Crescent, has been charged with wounding with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and use in a crime to commit a felony. According to police reports, about 11 p.m., Tapper allegedly went to the home of a man with whom he had a prior dispute and opened fire, hitting him, according to a police statement issued on Friday. The injured man managed to escape and later filed a report to the Spanish Town Police. He was taken to hospital, treated, and subsequently released. Tapper was later taken into custody. St. James man charged of a seizure of lottery scamming lead sheets and ammunition. A 20-year-old St. James man has been charged after allegedly being found in possession of lottery scamming lead sheets. According to the police, a subsequent search of his home also led to the discovery of ammunition. Charged with possession of identity information and unauthorized possession of ammunition is Mervyn Bowen of Mafuta District in Anchovy. According to the Montego Bay Police, about 11 p.m. on Thursday, July 24, lawmen were patrolling the area when they saw Bowen walking along the road with another man. Upon seeing the police, he began acting in a manner that aroused their suspicion. The police was approached and a bag in his possession was searched, revealing several lead sheets. According to the police, additional lead sheets were also found on his cell phone after he gave them permission to search it. Following the discovery, Bowen took the team to his home, where 2 9mm cartridges were found inside a chest of drawers during a search of the premises. He was then taken into custody and later charged. His court date is being finalized. 223 people killed in road crashes so far this year. Road fatalities have surpassed last year's figures up to the third quarter of the year, with the Island Traffic Authority ITA reporting a 4% increase. The ITA says 223 people have died in 192 fatal crashes since the start of the year. This is 8 more than the corresponding period last year, when there were 215 fatalities from 188 crashes. Motorcyclists account for 60 or 27% of fatalities, and pedestrians account for 41 or 8%. For the month of July last year, there were 13 road crashes and 13 road fatalities. Now, 34 fatalities, some 23 crashes, have been recorded so far this month. Superintendent Minto updates PM Holness on crime in St. Elizabeth.
How are you, Sue?
Morning, sir.
Good.
Welcome.
DSP.
Morning, sir.
How are you?
Very well, sir.
How are things in the parish?
Not too bad, sir. Welcome again to St. Elizabeth, sir. As you know, sir, we have started the year on a good note. Coming off last year, we're seeing a decline in major crimes. So far, since the start of the year, currently, shootings are down 40%, robberies are down 55%, and murder, sir, is down 60%. Of the 8 murders we have seen since the start of this year, 8 compared to 20, 50% of our murders are classified as interpersonal, coming out of conflicts. And so we continue to work with our stakeholders, our partners. We have a number of interventions that we're doing during this time, particularly surrounding our youth. We have a youth summer camp that is planned by the division, where we're targeting 100 students across different schools that will be part of that camp. As we speak, sir, this morning is the start of the National Police Youth Camp, and we have a number of our students from this parish that are going into Westmoreland participating in that camp. The parish is doing well. We do have challenges related to breaking. They continue to target the poker boxes at the bars, but we continue to work with our citizens, our stakeholders, and the interventions are doing well.
How are we managing with entertainment? We're in the summer period, lots of parties, lots of activities, and there's usually the concerns raised by event promoters that their space and operations may be restricted. How are we managing that now?
So I can say, sir, St. Elizabeth is one of those parishes that we promote entertainment. In fact, last year we approved just over about 3,600 permits. Only 2 were denied, and those 2 were denied based on the intel that we were receiving at the time. So
that's a very interesting fact.
Yes, sir. Generally, once the application is made, there's an investigation that is done surrounding the promoter and the applicant, and if the area is one that is not known for flare for violence or nothing is happening. And that's why we say to the citizens, ensure that they partner with the police.
Yes.
Because it helps to promote that, also the economic value in terms of the vendors who are coming, the promoters who are doing their thing. And so we have approved all the permits, all the applications that we have done since the start.
How are you, Sue?
Morning, sir.
Good.
Welcome.
DSP.
Morning, sir.
How are you?
Very well, sir.
How are things in the parish?
Not too bad, sir. Welcome again to St. Elizabeth, sir.
Very interesting point. We get some of these complaints, and I think the important thing from what you have said is organization.
Yes, sir.
If the promoters are organized and they are transparent with what they're doing, they plan, they come to the police in advance, way ahead of time, and they ensure that they put in place measures to treat with the safety of their patrons, there shouldn't be a challenge.
As you know, sir, yesterday we had Black River Day. We saw some 15,000 persons across the parish and visitors coming into our capital. And as you mentioned, during this period, we have a number of major events that are planned. Some of them, they applied months in advance, not the 10 days, months in advance. And so we work with them in ensuring that these events are properly policed and that the patrons and themselves can be safe, sir.
So the big message is, we want entertainment, and entertainment is a big industry. It does well for the communities. We want to promote it, but we want it in a safe environment. And yeah, there are many challenges, many issues. Entertainers complain to me that there are some policemen who target them. There are some policemen who are unprofessional in how they act. You know, they feel sometimes that there are connections between policemen and certain promoters, so they get dates and their dances are allowed to be held. We hear and we understand that, but the way to combat that is to get yourselves organized, form a promoters group.
Yes, sir.
Sit down with the police and say, listen, we are all the promoters in the parish, here's what we would like. That way you help to eliminate any biases or special preferences when you meet as a group, and that way you can help to create an entire industry. So the message from this is, we want the entertainment, we want the promoters to feel that they are respected, that their business is respected, but we also want the patrons to be safe. The safer the environment, the more parties you can have.
That's great.
That's all right. That's great.
All the best. Welcome again, sir.
JBNN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.